Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I just wanted to go into a lesson, going into this post that I had seen a couple days ago. And it says, it's insane how many people are insecure about their appearance, but not their character. And I kind of wanted to build a lesson around that because, as we can see right now, and like the elders and brothers have been saying, we're in Jacob's trouble. This is only the beginning. This is the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. And all these people, all this time, and this more so, well, I was going to say this more so pertains to women than men. But this pertains to men too, because you got to consider the appearance is not always physical. It can be the social appearance, how you appear to other people on social media and all that. But it heavily do apply to women. But now, as you can see what happened in Chicago and what's further coming, and not only just Chicago, but what's been happening to the Northern Kingdom, getting rounded up, deported, getting handled unexcusably by ICE, everything, all these things, because our people, and all these are Israelites I'm talking about, because our people, they haven't been considering Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. They haven't been trying to change their ways to please the Lord. So now it's time to just bring judgment. After a while, you just got to bring, it's just time for judgment. So this is Romans chapter 12, starting at verse 1. Therefore, I urge you, brethren, brothers and sisters, by the mercies of the Most High, to present your bodies, dedicated all of yourselves, set apart as a living sacrifice, holy and well-pleasing to the Most High, which is your rational, logical, intelligent act of worship. Right. This is what we commanded to do. It's the least we can do, It's the least we can do. Because we can do so, we are required to do so much more. And do not be conformed to this world any longer with its superficial values and customs. Right. Do not be conformed to this world any longer. With its superficial values. We don't care about how we look to this world, our status, our place in this world. We don't care if we don't fit in with this world, with this current society. Especially over here in Babylon the Great, we wasn't brought over here. We as in us of the hopeful elect didn't wake up to this truth to fit in. We are standing out. That's why I said in the first verse, set apart. We are presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice. Whether it's on camera, whether it's off camera, but more so off camera, because we go out there and teach on the block. But even outside of that, our day to day, how we move, how we think, how we operate, all of this is a part of making our bodies a living sacrifice. How we live, our behavior, our choices, our integrity, moral conduct, all of this. So be not conformed to this world any longer with its superficial values and customs. Don't worry about how the world view you and trying to fit in with this world. But be ye transformed. It says in the Greek, it's metamorphosis, refers to the process that leads to an outward permanent change. But be transformed, and this is inwardly, because the inward is going to eventually translate to the outward. But be ye transformed and progressively changed. Progressively means it's a constant process. You constantly working towards something, Let's get that. Progressively, it says steadily in stages in a forward-looking, innovative manner. But like it said, steadily in stages, because it is a process to this. So progressively or in stages changed as you mature spiritually by the renewing of your mind, focusing on godly values and ethical attitudes, so that you may prove for yourselves what the will of the Most High is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect in his plan and purpose for you. Right? So like it said, when you start to transform and start to think the way that Yahweh Shai think, then you start to understand the purpose, his will, what he plans on doing, and how he got everything situated, how he got everything set up. You know, you begin to understand like, oh, okay, so this is what the Lord is planning on doing, and this is why he wants me thinking like this. This is why he wants me moving like this, behaving like this, because he's going to bring some type of judgment on the earth that's going to be beyond this world, which is Jacob's trouble, you know? And with that being said, we have to move and think a certain way. You know, we want to be saved out of it. The Lord ain't just going to save any Israelite. Again, going back to this post, it's insane how many people are insecure about their appearance, but not their character. You know, and that's what the Lord is you know, that's what he's concerned about, our character. Let's get hold on. Okay, I'm gonna get both 1 Corinthians 6. Well, then it's 3 of them. No, I'm gonna get 1 Corinthians 6, and I'm gonna get I'm gonna just get 1 Corinthians 6. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, starting at verse 9 in the AMP. Do you know? It says, do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit or have any share in the kingdom of the Most High? Do not be deceived. Neither the sexually immoral. It says the list of sinners, which continues into verse 10, is used by Paul to describe various sinful lifestyles. All lifestyles are impossible for true believers who continue to sin, but not to live lives of sin. Right. And that lifestyle come with a mindset. You know, let's get lifestyles. It says a way in which a person or group lives, denoting advertising or products designed to appeal to a consumer by association with a desirable lifestyle. Right, which I thought it was going to get synonyms. But like I said, lifestyle, the way in which a person or group lives. And that lifestyle comes with a mindset. And it said all such lifestyles are impossible for true believers because their mindset has changed, as we read in Romans chapter 12. Be not conformed with this world, with its superficial values, the things that the lifestyle that the people live in this world, that comes with a certain mindset. It said, but be ye transformed, progressively changed by the renewing of your mind, your moral integrity. So like I said, neither the sexually immoral, which, you know, that goes into adultery, but also, you know, go into different forms. And in the KJV, it say fornication or fornicators. That does not mean sex before marriage, because people do not understand what fornication means. A type of fornication or sexual immoral or being sexually immoral just goes into all the forbidden things that the Lord consider unlawful, like different forms of marriage, like incest, parents and children, grandparents and children, aunts, uncles, with nephews and nieces, well aunts with nephews and different things like that, sorts like that. That's the sexual immoral. Just going into the laws where the Lord said, this is who you can marry and this is who you can't marry. It says, nor idlers, nor adulterers, nor perversely effeminate, nor well, I was about to say it, but you know, you gotta watch what you say. Nor the you know. Yeah, see, nor the nor thieves, nor the greedy, nor drunkards, nor revilers, whose words are used as weapons to abuse, insult, humiliate, intimidate, or slander, nor swindlers will inherit or have any share in the kingdom of the Most High. And all these traits are found in the world. You know, they're found in people's character. I say it like that. Like I said, most people in that post, it said most people are concerned about their appearance, versus they're insecure about their appearance rather than their character. But the Lord is saying anybody whose character you're if this is the type of lifestyle that you live in, if this is who you are and you're not trying to change, you're not gonna make it. You know? And what I mean by not gonna make it is you're gonna receive that judgment on this side and be born back in the kingdom of heaven, you know, under the as a child or one of the children of the elect who do make it, you know. But that's still a horrible judgment. That's a horrible death that's coming to this earth. That second death, thermonuclear missiles, that's not something you want to experience, you know. But only the elect is going to wake up. Now it says, verse 11, and such were some of you before you believed, but you were washed. See, this is going into that Romans 12:2. But you were washed by the atoning sacrifice of Yahweh. See, he made the sacrifice, but we are following in his footsteps. You know, if we suffer with him, we shall also reign with him. So we have to bear our cross as well. That's what it was saying in verse 1 of Romans chapter 12. You know, you have to make your body a living sacrifice like Yahweh did. It says, by the atoning sacrifice of Yahweh, you were sanctified, set apart for the Most High, and made holy. You were justified, declared free of guilt in the name of the Lord Yahweh HaMashiach, and in the Holy Spirit of our God, the source of the believer's new life and changed behavior. See, changed behavior. Because this is something that our people in the world think. They think that all you got to do is believe on the Lord because he died for your sins, and now we got to change. Like we got a free ticket without putting in any effort or work on our part. But no, it don't work that way. True enough, Yahweh did cover us from receiving the judgment. He covered the elect from receiving the judgment of the second death. You know, the thermonuclear missiles. He covered the elect from being judged from that. But that doesn't mean that there's no effort on their part to change from the ways of this world. You're not going to be covered if you still have the mindset and behavior of the world. That's why I said changed behavior. You know, now I'm gonna get a video that I was just watching from the brother GMS Watchman. He got it entitled, Yahweh is visiting the daughters of Zion. You better find a man of Yahweh quickly and keep him. Because again, here we go into these women. They had that mindset of thinking that the government is going to take care of them. The government need to fix the issue so that they can get back to living the lifestyle and having an easy lifestyle of being out of order. But even the scriptures tell you to change how you move, how you think, how you act, because women are going to be saved in childbearing. But that doesn't negate the 2/3. You know, the scripture still says it's going to be 2/3 of Israel that don't make it. And the majority of 2/3 is going to be women. So I'm going to get this video and then I'm going to get a couple more scriptures.
My kids have not eaten 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut no food stamps out.
If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having 2 more.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio.
It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability check is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching this video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you.
You see the mindset of these women? Completely out of order, not humbled. And this is who she is. This ain't this is her, and that, especially that last one. The last one, the woman in the last video, That's who she is. She let you know. Now I don't know what type of content she put out, and she said she got over 2,000 followers. So I don't know what it is that she put on there. But one thing she did was she let everybody know, even people that don't follow her, who she really is and her true character, her true nature. You know, and what man is gonna want to take care of any woman like that? And I think she said she got 5 kids, if I'm not mistaken. But she could be married. She might not be. But whatever the case may be, and I don't even know if I don't know if she's an Israelite or not. But just making that example, you got a lot of women that's in that same mindset. That they said this. She said it's the taxpayer's job to take to get a food stamps or pay. She said something like that. She said something like that. But these women are out of order. But again, she only represents the mass majority of women that have that same mindset, that thinks that they're entitled to everything and they don't have to change their behavior or their mindset in order to find a man that's going to be willing to take them under their that they could be covered under. I say it like that because as the brother said, you better find a man of the Lord and get with him. He said find a man of the Lord quickly and keep him. You know, meaning you have to put in effort. And if you don't have that, if your character is not in alliance with the character of a godly woman, you ain't gonna be saved. Let's get I always forget where it's at. I think it's 1 Peter's. Yeah, 1 Peter chapter 3. And I'm gonna read it starting at verse 1, AMP. In the same way, you wives, be submissive. Now, again, we still going into the character traits. So it says, be submissive to your own husbands, which I always get this. It says going to submit. It's just saying falling in line and understanding your role in the team, you know, or under that man's household, because it's going to be multiple. The men are finna have multiple wives. The men of the Lord are finna have multiple wives. And you as a woman have to understand, accept that and understand your role. Whatever it is that man tell you to do, you better do it. And if he got the other woman doing other things, you just gonna have to be okay with that. You know, if he dealing with that woman, you gonna have to be okay with that and wait till he deal with you. You know, he might deal with her a little bit more. But it might be a reason why. You never know. But like I said, be submissive to your own husband, subordinate, not as inferior, but out of respect for the responsibilities entrusted to husbands and their accountability to the Most High. And so partner with them so that even if some do not obey the word of the Most High, they may be won over to Hamashiach without discussion by the godly lives of their wives. And all of this is a mindset, along with character traits that come with it, which is going to go into it. Now here it is. It says, when they see your modest and respectful behavior together with your devotion and appreciation, love your husband, encourage him, and enjoy him as a blessing from the Most High. See, modest and respectful behavior comes with a mindset. Been having that modesty, that soft, feminine, submissive mindset, and knowing how to respect your husband, like I said, respectful behavior, knowing how to talk to him. That goes a long way. A woman knowing how to talk to her man, you know, instead of being loud, nagging him, and trying to speak over him, trying to always get your point across. Because a lot of times men know exactly what they're talking about, and they try to explain it to women, but women don't listen to understand. They listen to respond. And a lot of people say, well, men do it too. But 9 times out of 10, men that do it, they were probably raised by their mother. So they took on traits of her. But respectful behavior, knowing how to talk to that man, knowing how to listen, and knowing how to not only just have a response ready, but just to understand, just take in what he said and meditate on it. Or take in what he's telling you and meditate on it. Also, too, respectful behavior is knowing how to dress, knowing how to look. Just simply being natural. If your man prefer you to be natural, which 9 times out of 10, men gonna 10 times out of 10 for a man of the Lord, he gonna prefer you to be natural. So just being natural and respecting his wishes, even if you feel insecure about it, that goes a long way. That says a lot about your character, because you're doing what you're supposed to do to make that man happy. You know, that's all a part of character development. That's modest, respectful behavior. You're respecting his wishes. His wish should be your command. Verse 3, your adornment must not be merely external, with interweaving and elaborate knotting of the hair and wearing gold jewelry, or being superficially preoccupied with dressing in expensive clothes. See, going back to what that post said, it said most people are insecure about their appearance, but not their character. And this is what Peter was going into. You know, don't try to do too much focusing on the superficial things of your outward appearance. You should be changing your inward person, who you truly are, your character. That's what truly defines you and truly tells who you are. That's what makes you attractive, especially for a woman. You got a woman that has that she might not truly understand this, but she embodies a lot of these godly traits, even if she don't really. When I say she don't really understand it, I mean like she don't really know that it's written in the Bible for women to be like that, but she was trained and taught to be like that. You know, that's very attractive. Verse 4, but let it be the inner beauty of the hidden person of the heart, which is your character, with the imperishable quality of unfading charm of a gentle and peaceful spirit, one that is calm and self-controlled, not over anxious, but serene and spiritually mature, which is very precious in the sight of the Most High. So it's telling you the type of woman that you should be to get a man, to get a godly man, not even just any man. This telling you literally the type of character that you need to have to get a godly man, you know? And this applies to, you know, because this is how a man should be towards the Lord. You know, we should be focused on our character and growing our character to please Yahweh Shai. And that's what we're doing. You know, we ain't worried about trying to be seen or trying to be heard in this world, trying to be somebody in this world. Yahweh Shai wasn't trying to do that. Well, why would we try to do that? Yahweh Shai wasn't trying to be the man walking around the town and everybody know. That just happened because who he was, you know, and how he walked. But Yahweh Shai was very, very humble, you know, very humble. He even told people, look, don't tell nobody who did this, you know, just accept this as a blessing from Yahweh, you know, for the Heavenly Father, you know, go and live a righteous life. But Jake couldn't hold it in. Jay had to go, you know, had to let everybody know, man, look, this is him. This is the Son of God. It's Yahweh Shai. He's the Son of God. Man, look what he did for me. But that, you know, the scriptures even tell you, let other men praise you. The scriptures tell you, let other men praise you. You know, don't praise yourself. So like it said right here, I'm going to read it again. But let it be the inner beauty of the hidden person of the heart, with the imperishable quality and unfading charm of a gentle and peaceful spirit, one that is calm and self-controlled, not over anxious, but serene and spiritually mature, which is very precious in the sight of the Most High. And then I'm gonna just read verse 5. For in this, well, I might read 6 too. It says, for in this way, in former times, the holy women who hoped in the Most High used to adorn themselves, being submissive to their own husbands and adapting themselves to them. So even adapting themselves into your husband, this is because, like it said, Romans chapter 12, we making our bodies a living sacrifice. And then verse 2, and we not conforming to this world. So, because this world you know, as far as for a woman, this world tells you how women should think and how they should move in order to get men to basically worship and follow you, you know, or you will have control over men. You can control men by acting like this, thinking this, having this mindset, but that's the wrong way to be. And just like you saw on that video, these women complaining about not having food stamps. I guarantee you they don't have no man either, you know? And I wasn't even thinking. Well, that first woman, she probably 9 times out of 10 don't have no man. You know, I said she probably, I don't know if she married or something. 9 times out of 10, she probably don't either. I don't know. But that mindset is the wrong mindset to have. And them women, they ain't gonna be saved. Ain't no man gonna take them up. But a woman who, like it said in 1 Peter 3, is teaching you, telling you how to get a man of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. These are some of the ways. The reason why I say some, because there's plenty of it all throughout the scriptures. And I'm going to get two more. Is it 1 Timothy 4? Where is it? Okay, 1 Timothy 2, verse 15. KJV, no, AMP. But women will be preserved or saved. There we go again. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna just read a little bit of it. This is considered one of the more difficult verses in the New Testament to interpret, which it's not, because the men of the Lord broke it down. Part of the difficulty is that the Greek verb rendered preserved is literally saved, which could refer either to physical preservation or to salvation, and it's going to be both. Some expositors interpret the verb as referring to the blessings of a woman's role as wife and mother, especially in regards to raising godly children. Right. So that's a part of what it means. It's going into how women are going to be saved for the purpose of bringing back the nation. Women over here in Babylon the Great, that's Israelites. Some women are going to make it. Now it says, but the women will be preserved or saved through the pain and dangers of bearing the children if they continue in faith and love and holiness with self-control and discretion. Right. It says the blessings on the woman are the result of her adherence to the virtues listed. These virtues are a part of character. You have to embody these character traits. You have to make this character traits you. Make it a part of you. That's what you need to become in order to have hope to be saved for childbearing, because that's the purpose of a woman, to bring forth children. So, and these are the type of women that will be saved. Women with these character traits that are whose mind is being renewed. It's a lot of women that's gonna be rejected. Like that little kid said, rejected. There's gonna be a lot of women that's going to be rejected, and not only that, it's a lot of women that have children, that's gonna be rejected, that won't be saved. And the most famous one, Proverbs 31, starting at verse 10, AMP. An excellent woman, one who is spiritual, capable, intelligent, and virtuous. Who is he who can find her? Her value is more precious than jewels, and her worth is far above rubies or pearls. The heart of her husband trusts in her with secure confidence, and he will have no lack of gain. She comforts, encourages, and does him only good and not evil all the days of her life. Going into her character, going into what makes her who she is, not from the way she looks, but from what defines her as a person and how she can benefit her husband. I'm gonna skip down because I'm just trying to get to just making sure it ain't nothing. Okay, 29. Many daughters have done nobly and well with the strength of character that is steadfast in goodness, but you excel them all. And it says the source of this remarkable woman's success and competence is revealed in verse 30, and it is a source available to everyone. She is wise because she understands and puts into practice the message contained in chapter 9 and 10. Let me get that real quick. I just want to see what it say. Just to see what it say. What they say at the top? Oh. Wow. I'm going to read it. I'm reading AMP. I'm reading both. KJV first. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Now in the AMP, the reverent fear of the Lord, that is worshiping him and regarding him as truly awesome, is the beginning and preeminent part of wisdom, its starting point and its essence. And the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding and spiritual insight. So going back to 31 and 29, many daughters have done nobly and well with the strength of character that is steadfast in goodness. See, it always goes into the character, who you are, what defines you. You know, what traits define who you are? What lifestyle are you living that will define the type of person that you are? But you excel them all. Now, charm and grace are deceptive, and superficial beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord, reverently worshiping, obeying, serving, and trusting him will all feel respect, she shall be praised, because she is going to embody the character traits that please the Lord and please her man. Verse 30 in the KJV, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. This ain't nothing new from what we read in Peter. You know, what defines you shouldn't be your external beauty, but your internal beauty. And most people in this world, the majority of people, both men and women, but majority or mainly women, are more insecure and focus more on that external beauty, that outward appearance, rather than that inner person, your character. I keep thinking about other scriptures. I know what I'm going to end it on, though. Let's see. Read these. You know what? Let me see what they say in the GNT. Let me see if it give me something. If not, then I'm going to go to the last one. See if it worded a different way. I get it, because it's tied into what I'm going to get last. This is Sirach 26 and 1. The husband of a good wife is a fortunate man. He will live twice as long because of her. And why? Because of how she benefits him, how she adds to his life. You know, starting with who she is and her character. A fine wife is a joy to her husband, and he can live out his years in peace. The Lord literally giving the women a cheat code as to how to keep a godly man, how to get and keep a godly man. You know, literally giving you the cheat codes. A good wife is among the precious blessings given to those who fear the Lord. Whether such men are rich or poor, they will be happy and always look cheerful. Like I said, a good wife is among the precious blessings given to those who fear the Lord. So now let me go and get my last one. This is Sirach 26 and 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. So wicked women are given to wicked men, but godly women going into women whose traits are pleasing to Yahweh Ba'ashem Abashah, you know, in alliance, in accordance, and they live into the standards to the best of their ability. They're living up to the standards to the best of their ability to please the Lord and their husband. It said those type of women are given to him that fear Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. That man and the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So you're going to be given into a godly man, you know. So it is all going back to your character and who you are. And now it's coming to the point to where whoever don't embody them traits, you know, you're going to be rejected. So with men, if we don't embody the traits that please Yahweh Shah, you're going to be rejected, you know. Or I'm going to say it like this. If we don't embody the traits that please Yahweh Shema Shah, then all those who don't will be rejected. And for women, if you don't embody the traits that please Yahweh Shema Shah and your man, you're going to be rejected, you know. Which the traits for the man and the Lord, you know, a man of the Lord and the Heavenly Father is going to be the same, you know. That man, he going to understand how a woman should be. So, yeah, I'm going to end it right there. And Lord will is edifying. So on that note, I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Until next time, shalom.